going to love you some Sam's Southern Eatery on Grand Avenue. Home of the famous jumbo shrimp and more seafood than you can shake a shrimp basket at. Fried or grilled, they have it all. They always do it right with Sam's homemade po' boys, chicken, burgers, and salads. And don't you forget their delicious fried pies. Their crispy catfish baskets definitely have their own bragging rights, too. Be sure to stop by for the live taping of the Mike Fallour Coaches Show on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock and cheer on the Northside Grizzlies. Aye!
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
Weichert Realtors The Griffin Company provides an extraordinary real estate experience for both clients and agents. Now with offices in Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith, they proudly offer clients and customers the expertise you need when buying or selling. From contract to closing, their realtors are equipped with the knowledge and resources to ensure a smooth transaction, start to finish. Visit them at 3920 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at WeichertFortSmith.com. Experience the Weichert difference.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Unique is our middle name. Okay, maybe not the exact middle, but it's in there. A to Z Variety Store is the most unique shopping you can do in Fort Smith. With furniture, groceries, housewares, even a floral section. With 48,000 square feet of bargains, you're sure to find everything you need. And even a few things you didn't know you wanted. So many great deals, you'll marvel at the savings while you revel in the friendly customer service. Inventory is constantly changing, but consistently affordable. Visit A to Z Variety Store at 2600 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith. And to stay up to date on new arrivals and special deals, like A to Z on Facebook.
Nestled in the heart of Chaffee Crossing in Fort Smith, where people and nature feel connected, the Hub at Providence is centered around you. The Hub is a live, work, play community with living options, commercial lease spaces, and a restaurant, all within walking distance. Loft living spaces at the Hub are perfect for anyone looking for a retreat from the average apartment and townhomes, featuring many luxurious perks and amenities. Explore the community at thehub.erc.com. Life at the Hub, a simpler lifestyle.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company's certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
You're watching Grizzly TV. Welcome to the Northside Grizzly Coaches Show. Now, here's Buzz with Coach Mike Fallour.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Mike Fallour Show. I'm Buzz Sawyer alongside head Grizzly football coach Mike Fallour. And, Coach, I got to ask you, you have a pandemic. You don't know from day to day really who's going to be playing, who's not going to be playing, week to week, what team you're actually going to be playing. You find out Wednesday that you've practiced all week long to get ready for Little Rock Central. Scrap that. We're going to go to Fayetteville. Can your job get any harder?
Well, probably, but it's been very frustrating. There's kind of accepted that there's really nothing we can do about it. Right. Except just play with what we've got. I mean, Friday we walk off the field after winning that game, which you're feeling really good, and the very first thing you're told is 2 more of your players have to be quarantined that are starters for the next 2 weeks because of who they sat by at lunch and in class. And it's very frustrating. It's tough. It's tough on the coaches. It's tough on the players. one of the coaches said it's like that cartoon where you see a guy at the base of a dam sticking his finger in a different holes trying to keep it from busting. But so far we've handled it okay, and it just continues to grow on us.
Well, they tell you Wednesday night you're going to play Fayetteville.
Right.
I guess you talked to Coach Beaumont, and they got it worked out with the AD, and you got to wake up Thursday morning. Let the team know that, we're going to change things a little bit. Fayetteville at the time was 0-3, but we all know that that's a very, very good 0-3 football team because of who they've actually played. But you go in there with short time to prepare. What a game.
Yeah, it was exciting. I mean, we definitely made it that way. But, like you said, Wednesday I was sitting at home kind of relaxed. The work was done for the week, and then, boom, my phone rings, and Little Rock Central's canceling. And so I immediately called my coaches first to say, do we want to try to play with one day's practice? And every one of them were like, yes, Coach, let's play. So we call, they make the arrangements in 20 minutes. We're playing Fayetteville. With the modern day technology, being able to, switch films on the internet, we had 3 game films, and coaches were working and came in Thursday morning, worked, and then got little changes we made, prepared for the kids on Thursday.
Well, I know when you're looking at film and you know that they're coached by Casey Dick, ex-Razorback. I think he was at Van Buren a couple of years before. Maybe this was his second year at Fayetteville. He's got a good quarterback in Bladen. Cameron Ingram, great ball player, is running back number 1. You know that you got to watch out for him. And Sategna, who's that wide receiver and kickoff returner, he definitely got your attention during the game. Let's go back to the very first quarter. Not a lot was going on in the first quarter, kind of changing possessions. They get in the red zone twice. One time they got a field goal out of it. One time Jack Green gets a big interception in the end zone.
Yeah, we started off, we fumbled the second play of the game and gave them the ball 10, 12-yard line. And defensively, that's when Jack made the interception, came out and stopped and picked the ball off. And then we punt, and then they move it a little bit and get the field goal. And, we talked all week about getting off to a fast start, and we didn't do it. So, it's just one of those things we've got to get better at early in the game.
Coach, we talk about fast start. Last year, we did get off to some fast starts in a lot of games. It was that second half that we kind of, just didn't have our best results in. Looking at our scoring this year, we're more of a second-half team.
Yeah, after I said that, you said that, I started thinking, well, maybe we'd rather be a good finisher than a starter. But we don't want to start off fumbling the football, giving them the up-close range. But, it's just been so difficult. And we're not the only ones that are dealing with this. So it's not, we're the only ones. But just having the same people at practice every day to where you get your timing down and where you understand what everybody's doing. And, it's not been the same. I mean, the steady has been our offensive line has pretty much stayed the same, and our quarterback. Everybody else has been in and out. And, defensively, for some reason, we've stayed away from having to be quarantined on that side of the ball as much. But, they played fantastic Friday night. With the exception of a couple of missed tackles, I don't know that we could have played a whole lot better.
Well, we're down 3-0 at the end of the first quarter. You get a touchdown from Zion Morris. And, Coach, watching that play develop from the broadcast point of view, it looked like Dre was rolling right, and then he ran into trouble and comes back. Kind of explain that play because Zion was wide open in the end zone.
It's designed to go to Zion. I mean, we're supposed to boot to the right, and he's sneaking out backside, and it worked just like you draw it up, except we got pressure from a blitzing linebacker that caused Drayden to have to pull up and go back the other way. But he was still wide open and hit him in the end zone. That's Zion's first touchdown is a varsity touchdown for the Grizzlies.
Well, it was an exciting play. It gets the lead for the Grizzlies 7-3. Later on in that quarter, you get a big pass out of the backfield to Tacavian King. I think it was 80 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's something that, when you're a cover 2 team, man-to-man, they leave the middle of the field wide open, and it's going to work once, maybe twice a year. People are going to, once they see it, they're going to try to prepare for it. But it couldn't have been run much better than what it did. Hit him wide open. Tacavion's a sophomore, so I think that's his first touchdown as a Grizzly. But 81 yards, and the only guy that kept up with him was the official.
Right.
I mean, he's running
That's
side
rare.
by side with him.
Yeah,
I know.
that is rare. Well, it was 14-3 at the time. They end up scoring a touchdown. Sategna gets a pass, takes it in the end zone to make it 14-10 at halftime. How are you feeling at half?
I mean, I feel good. I mean, we've shot ourselves in the foot on offense a little bit, and but defense is playing good. So hey, let's clean this up, and let's go out and start. Get after it in the third quarter, and we did just the opposite. We started about as bad as you could, but kids played the entire game. And the difference in last year and this year, we got down 10, and I know you'll talk about it. We probably a year ago that'd have been it.
Yeah.
But this group wasn't that way.
Well, you talk about a lot of different teams, or I think most teams now, you see them defer to the second half.
Mm-hmm.
They want to get that ball in the third quarter and kind of get their defense maybe a good stop to, get a 3-and-out or a change of possession on that first kickoff. But it kind of worked in reverse for us this time. They get it in the third quarter, 90 seconds, they score twice. And one time it was just on the kickoff, and we kind of watched that, not real sure what happened.
Well, they came, we elected to take the ball, which I normally don't do. But
Right.
that was, again, we want to get that fast start.
Right.
But so we kick off, and they throw a screen, a quick screen out to I don't even know how you say his name, number one.
Sategna.
The fast guy, and we missed 2 tackles.
Oh, right.
And once we missed the tackles, not many people have somebody that's going to catch him.
No, he has speed.
So they score. So I can't tell you exactly what was going through our player's head on the kickoff, because it's something that we work on every
Right.
Thursday. And they pooched it. It landed in front of him, and he just watched it.
Right.
And they recovered it. It's a live ball. And so they get it, and they score on the next play. And so about as bad a start as we could ask for the third quarter has just started.
Yeah, you're talking about being down 14 or having them down 14-10. Now you're down 24-14.
Right.
But you get a touchdown from Massey, and now it's a game again.
Yeah. Again, I go back to if this had happened a year ago, we might not have come back from that. But, it happened early, so there was a lot of the game left, and that's what we try to tell them. All we got to do is just keep our cool,
Right.
Get us a touchdown. We're back within 3. We're fine. And that's what we did.
Yeah, and they ended up blocking that extra point, made it 24-20. But you're back in the ball game, and then they end up getting a scoop and score.
Yeah, we dropped the snap on just took our eyes off of it, and they picked it up, take it back, and here we go again. We've helped them twice substantially in the third quarter, so now we're back down 10 again, and he elects to go for 2, which I don't know why, but that's his decision, which kept us within that touchdown field goal.
Exactly.
Right.
And fourth quarter, there's no score until you get down to the end. You got Slate comes in with a 30-yard field goal, ties it, and then with 7 seconds left, he kicks a 25-yarder to win it.
Yeah, that's huge. It's funny. On Friday we did our Thursday practice, and we always end with end of the game 1 minute, 2 minute drill type
Right.
deal. And we're going to do it today, Coach. And I said, no, I don't think so. But watch it end like that. And sure
Right.
enough, the things that you cover, that's what we had to do. And the kids did a great job of lining up, getting lined up, using the clock, killing the ball, doing the things you got to do to give yourself a chance to win.
Defense kept you in it all night.
They did.
They did a great job. And then there towards the end, just trying to get your offense to get in position to get those 2 field goals. Just great game management, Coach.
Well, our coaches do a good job, and like I said, our players did a good job. So it was a big win for us. We needed that. We needed after Bryant the week before and the way we played, we needed something good, and that was definitely something good. Fayetteville is a quality football program. They are 0-4, but they're probably the best 0-4 team in this state by far.
I agree. And we talked about last week, is it harder to prepare for the upcoming game after a big loss or after a big win? And you said a big loss, it's kind of harder to get them back up,
Right.
get them ready. So you have that on your plate to begin with, and then you prepare for Central, and then you get that called off. You're going to have to go play a Fayetteville team, but you want to play them because you need the playing time. And then it end up being a game that you win in a fashion that let you know that your kids never quit. they just stayed with it and stayed with it. And you mentioned that earlier, and I think that's huge.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always easier to get ready to practice after you've won. You know, our kids are a little different. You know, they're hard to read sometimes. You think they'd be excited, and then they're not.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you think they'd be the other way, and they act excited. So, you know, so far this week in practice, it's been really very low-key, not a lot of whatever. And we're banged up a little bit, and it's gotten a little warm again. Yeah. So, I think we're working in the right direction.
From a broadcast standpoint, it was very fun to call. I mean, it was just back and forth, and you knew that fourth quarter was going to come. I thought it would be a shootout in the fourth quarter. It wasn't. It was game management, get into position to at least get us a tie, then have your defense hold, and then your offense do it again. Get down there, you know, where you've got a short field goal to win it, and it was really fun to watch, knowing the whole time that we do an A to Z player of the week and have to pick that after the game. And, Coach, I was seriously lost on where to go because there were so many kids that stepped up and had great games. You know, you had Massey, you had Seth Fields had a good game. It's good to see him back, by the way. Yeah. Dre had a good game as usual. Darius Wise played great. Just a lot of players, and you talk about Bashan Bishop.
Malik Thomas. Rakeem Jackson had 7 or 8 tackles in the first half and then had a problem with cramping. So, I mean, he played really good. I mean, and that's a good thing. You want to have a hard time picking. The week before against Bryant, I don't know that you could have gave any kind of player of the game.
Right. Well, we ended up going with Slate because he kicked the field goal to tie it and then kicks one to win it. He did his part. It's hard for a guy to sit on the sideline and just wait to go out and do, you know, just a short-term deal to try to get the solution that you need. And bless his heart, Coach, he got timeout 4 times. I have never seen a kicker that has to address a football 4 different times.
Yeah, but you know he knows, he calls himself the Iceman, so it didn't bother him, and he hit that thing just the way he wanted to, and you know he just did a good job. He did what he's supposed to do. I mean, that's the thing. If everybody will do what they're supposed to do, things turn out good.
Well, and I had mentioned too in the broadcast, there's so many. It's not just about him to make that kick. It's about a good snap, a good hold, and then you can't have any penetration. You can't have anybody come off the edge and block it. Everybody did their job, and you get a 33-30 win.
And it was a good win.
Coach, you brought some guests with you tonight.
I did.
Coach Ed Hanson, Coach Ted Neal, and they're going to come up and talk to us in a little bit, and we appreciate this first segment. But stay with us. We're going to have Coach Ed Hanson next.
Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, provides an extraordinary real estate experience for both clients and agents. Now with offices in Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith, they proudly offer clients and customers the expertise you need when buying or selling. From contract to closing, their realtors are equipped with the knowledge and resources to ensure a smooth transaction start to finish. Visit them at 3920 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at WeichertFortSmith.com. Experience the Weichert difference.
Unique is our middle name. Okay, maybe not the exact middle, but it's in there. A to Z Variety Store is the most unique shopping you can do in Fort Smith. With furniture, groceries, housewares, even a floral section. With 48,000 square feet of bargains, you're sure to find everything you need. And even a few things you didn't know you wanted. So many great deals, you'll marvel at the savings while you revel in the friendly customer service. Inventory is constantly changing, but consistently affordable. Visit A to Z Variety Store at 2600 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith. And to stay up to date on new arrivals and special deals, like A to Z on Facebook.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
You're going to love you some Sam's Southern Eatery on Grand Avenue, home of the famous jumbo shrimp and more seafood than you can shake a shrimp basket at. Fried or grilled, they have it all. They always do it right with Sam's homemade po' boys, chicken, burgers, and salads. And don't you forget their delicious fried pies. Their crispy catfish baskets definitely have their own bragging rights, too. Be sure to stop by for the live taping of the Mike Fallour Coaches Show on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock and cheer on the Northside Grizzlies.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
Nestled in the heart of Chaffee Crossing in Fort Smith, where people and nature feel connected, the Hub at Providence is centered around you. The Hub is a live, work, play community with living options, commercial lease spaces, and a restaurant, all within walking distance. Loft living spaces at the Hub are perfect for anyone looking for a retreat from the average apartment and townhomes, featuring many luxurious perks and amenities. Explore the community at thehuberc.com. Life at the Hub, a simpler lifestyle.
Welcome back to the Mike Fallour Show. Guest tonight, Coach Ed Hanson. He's coaching the defensive line. Last year with the running back coach. You've changed with, I guess, that we've also got Coach Neal here. He's coaching the running backs.
Yep.
And I know you guys kind of talk a little bit back and forth about the defensive line. He was a defensive coach, a linebacker coach last year, but it's just kind of flip sides. And I know it's a new deal for you, but Coach, you've been around for a while. And before we get started talking about this past Friday night's game, last week we had you as a guest. We were going to play Little Rock Central, so we talked a lot about that, talked a lot about kind of your journey to get to Northside. All that had to be scrapped. So let's go back because of the change that we ended up doing in Fayetteville. But thank you again for coming in tonight and visiting with us. We really appreciate that. But let's kind of go back from the beginning. If you can start in your beginning, how you got to be a Northside Grizzly coach.
Absolutely. Well, Buzz, I always tell my guys, I'm that guy that did everything wrong. So I tell my guys I played a little bit of football, and I got my pride hurt when I didn't get to go to a school I thought I should have been able to go to. So I went to a little smaller school, but I started working with a district manager out of Foot Locker and had the opportunity to leave college and go to Hawaii, and I took that. And when
was that a hard choice to go to
No,
Hawaii?
it was great. I can't ever turn. I wonder how I got back sometimes, but you know, I did come back, and I had the opportunity to coach at the high school in California I played at, and I found a passion for coaching. And at that point, I wanted to finish my degree, and that kind of took me to Nashville, and I couldn't get into there quick. And so I kept working in retail, and I got a district management job. I'd met my wife at Dillard's in Nashville. We got a district management job. We moved out here, and the recession hit in 2008. And I had some customers from Fort Smith Public Schools come in, and that's really how it got started. I told them I wanted to teach and coach, and they told me about a non-traditional certification program. And, man, I saw that. I talked to my wife. I said, baby, it's the time. I mean, it's going to happen. The company's struggling. Let me see what this can do. And, you know, I got that blessing from my wife, and 6 months later I was a coach. So it's been a great thing, and Fort Smith was just where I was supposed to be. So
how long have you been a Northside coach?
I've been a Northside coach, I guess, on and off. I came, this is probably my 12th year. I volunteered for 2 years to kind of show I wanted to coach, and then I went and I was the head coach at Darby for 3. And then I've been back up here, and, of course, I got my doctorate, so I thought I wanted to be an administrator for a year, and then I realized that I had a passion for administration, but I had a little bit bigger passion to have that direct interaction with the kids. And so I was able to come back. Coach Fallour was able to I guess we had an opening, and I kind of got on that phone and said, Coach, let me come back and be a coach. And I was just grateful that he let me have that opportunity. So that brought me back to Northside. This is probably the only place besides California that I've I've coached as Fort Smith Public Schools, and I've been blessed to be on the north side of town. So
Should we be referring to you as Dr. Hanson?
No, I tell
Coach Hanson.
we go with Coach. It's we always have this funny thing. I went through a doctoral program with the old coach at Kimmons with Williams, and he always said, that coach term, a lot of endearment that comes with that. It's hard to give up. So I'm proud of having a doctorate, but I like that. Right. Coach is fine. I like that.
Well, you were the running backs coach last year.
Yes, sir.
Had some good running backs. You had Massey and Fields that came in as sophomores. Kind of exciting to know that you're going to have them for a few more years.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it gets even better and better. And now you switch to the defensive line, and you leave those guys in the hands of Coach Neal.
Yeah.
And now you've got 100%, I guess you could say responsibility to that defensive line.
Yeah.
But man, you've got a good defensive line too. The Thomas brothers and, Darius Wise.
Yeah, I've been blessed. I mean, I got a great crew of seniors, and I Coach Solly's a great coach, and he'd coached them the years before that. So I mean, they've been mentored, in quality, and with that group, I just had to step in. So I've been blessed to work under, or I guess to take over for a great coach, which I think, I think we're all pretty good, and I think that, being on the other side of the ball when you transition allows you to bring some insight that maybe you didn't have before. And I think that's what Coach Fleur was looking to do a little bit. You move Ted to running backs, well, he brings some insight from outside linebackers. You move me to D-line, I bring some insight on blocking schemes and running backs. And so you make some transitions, and you spark a little bit of fire in us, and then you bring that knowledge over that people have from the other side of the ball, and it seems to be a pretty good mesh this year.
Seems like everybody's accepted that role too, and have really done a great job this year, not just coaching that particular part of the team, but getting help from the other coaches. And you talk about Coach Solly, he's really at home with the linebackers. I mean, that's what he was, and he has a real love for that. And I know it was, when Coach Bush went to Alma, then there were so many things that changed, and Coach Fleur really shook it up and changed a lot of things. And well, I think it's made a difference this year.
It's made a huge difference. And, the benefit that you have is Solly's had 12, 13 years experience over there. He's definitely had about 7 with Felix. Those guys work real well together. And so, coming over and stepping in there, you're able to just go into a dynamic where you're just becoming part of the team. You're not really having to rekindle everything. You got those two that have a grasp of it. You step in. Coach Frazier steps in. We bring a little bit of offensive insight to what we're talking about. And it's worked really well. I mean, I've been really happy, and I think we work well as a unit, which, it's pretty good. We've always been there as a unit.
Yeah, and I know you guys all enjoy each other's company, too. I've been able to see some of the coaches' meetings and sit in and listen, and sometimes it's real interesting about how you go back and forth, and I know you guys enjoy each other a lot on and off the field.
It's just an extension of being on a team. That's one of the great things about coaching is you realize you got 8, 9, 10 guys, and it's just a small little team inside of a team.
Right.
So, yeah, we give each other grief. Today was an enjoyable day in the office, I can tell you that. But we have a great time. It's a good staff.
Well, it's a lot of fun after a win, too.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt after a Fayetteville win, it
difference.
was a big night. And we were excited, and those boys played well, and they rose to the occasion. So it was an exciting time to be a coach at Northside.
Well, let's talk about Friday night. Big win for the Grizzlies over Fayetteville, 33-30, came down to the last 7 seconds. Defense had such a big part of that because that team – you could see the potential that they have. They've got some really fast receivers, fast running backs, and a quarterback that can get it to him. He can't do it if he doesn't have the time to do it.
No.
And he felt a lot of that Grizzly defensive line Friday night.
Yeah, I was pretty I'll tell you, they impressed me. They came out, they did their job, but what was more important is they did it on a change. A lot of times that could have shaken us up. Sometimes in the past, those things have shaken us up. But they overcame. D. Wise had 3 sacks. Malik had a sack and caused fumble. Marcus Wright, man, he just stood up in there and really owned the double teams, did what he needed to do. Khalid Thomas, we put him inside and outside. But as a unit, those guys really stepped up and got the job done. And what was most impressive for me is they did it on short notice.
Yeah.
Coach Curry and like I said, Coach Solly, they work well together. Those two were able to look at things that Fayetteville did similar to Little Rock Central and try to keep the game plan as similar as we could, which simplified it for our kids, and we were able to go out and play. So
when you're whoever the team is you're playing and they're moving the football and when that possession's over and you get your guys back and you're talking to them, are they pretty good at adapting to the change, whatever it is you're telling them that, hey, we got to change this or do that in order to stop this team?
You know, I would tell you every situation is different. I'd like to tell you, yeah, every time. What I can tell you is they did Friday night, and I think that was a growing opportunity for us. And I think it helped them to see if they do what they're coached to do and execute it, that we can be successful,
right,
even if we're down. You know, even if something goes bad, we're able to battle back and come back. And I think that's what they learned.
A lot of fun to watch them Friday night.
Oh, yeah.
I know that you've got Little Rock Catholic's homecoming this weekend. We're going to be at home.
Yes,
That's
sir.
a good thing. I know you're tired of traveling, and everybody else is too.
I can tell you that.
It has definitely been a long time. Have you got anything special, or are you into that yet? Is the week got to that point that you know kind of what you're doing against Little Rock Catholic?
You know, I have an idea of what we're doing. We're always analyzing film, you know, pretty much up till Wednesday evening to see if there's any last-minute things. They're going to be a heavy zone team. They'll run some power and counter. They're going to slip the backs out. You know, they'll have a sniffer back they'll want to slip out, and they'll do a lot of mesh routes to try to disguise the back slipping out. But they're really going to they're going to throw deep, or they're going to try to hit those backs out in the flats, or they're going to run the zone and pull read, maybe throw the bubble off of that. So, you know, we're anticipating the zone. Which just comes back to my guys is if we do what we're responsible for, we read our keys, they're going to take us to the ball, and we're going to execute. So I feel good about the game plan we have in place.
Coach, thank you for everything. Appreciate you coming back and doing it all over.
Buzz,
hope we don't have to scrap this one.
You can scrap it anytime. If I come spend some time with you,
man,
I'll
I
do it
appreciate
anytime,
it.
man. It's great to be around you, Buzz. And like always, man, I thank you for being a Grizzly. So
Thanks, Coach. I appreciate you.
Here.
Stay with us. Running back coach Ted Neal is next, right after this from ERC.
Nestled in the heart of Chaffee Crossing in Fort Smith, where people and nature feel connected, the Hub at Providence is centered around you. The Hub is a live, work, play community with living options, commercial lease spaces, and a restaurant, all within walking distance. Loft living spaces at the Hub are perfect for anyone looking for a retreat from the average apartment and townhomes, featuring many luxurious perks and amenities. Explore the community at thehub.erc.com. Life at the Hub, a simpler lifestyle.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
Weichert Realtors The Griffin Company provides an extraordinary real estate experience for both clients and agents. Now with offices in Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith, they proudly offer clients and customers the expertise you need when buying or selling. From contract to closing, their realtors are equipped with the knowledge and resources to ensure a smooth transaction, start to finish. Visit them at 3920 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at WeichertFortSmith.com. Experience the Weichert difference.
You're watching Grizzly TV.
Unique is our middle name. Okay, maybe not the exact middle, but it's in there. A to Z Variety Store is the most unique shopping you can do in Fort Smith, with furniture, groceries, housewares, even a floral section. With 48,000 square feet of bargains, you're sure to find everything you need, and even a few things you didn't know you wanted. So many great deals, you'll marvel at the savings while you revel in the friendly customer service. Inventory is constantly changing, but consistently affordable. Visit A to Z Variety Store at 2600 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith, and to stay up to date on new arrivals and special deals, like A to Z on Facebook.
You're going to love you some Sam's Southern Eatery on Grand Avenue, home of the famous jumbo shrimp and more seafood than you can shake a shrimp basket at. Fried or grilled, they have it all. They always do it right with Sam's homemade po' boys, chicken, burgers, and salads. And don't you forget their delicious fried pies. Their crispy catfish baskets definitely have their own bragging rights, too. Be sure to stop by for the live taping of the Mike Fallour Coaches Show on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock and cheer on the Northside Grizzlies.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
Welcome back. Ted Neal, the running back coach for the Northside Grizzlies, is with us again tonight. Coach, when I say again, you were here last week.
Yeah, long time no see, Buzz.
It's been a while. I appreciate you coming back. Just like with Coach Hanson, we had to scrap that, the coach's show from last week because it was set up for Little Rock Central.
Right.
Once that changed Wednesday night, we actually went to the game with no coach's show. So they said, Buzz, can you wing it for 30 minutes? And I said, you want me to talk for 30 minutes? I can do it.
I saw that. Did a good job.
I had a little help from a couple others, but it's good to have the coaches show, and we weren't able to have that last week. Just like you had no time to prepare, but we appreciate what you do on short notice. So welcome back, and let's go back a little bit like we did last week because people didn't get to hear how you got started. Tell me from high school up to this point.
Yep. So I went to, the guys give me a hard time, but I went to Southside.
Especially Solly.
Especially Coach Solly. Yeah, we played together at Ramsey, and then he went to Northside. I went to Southside.
Right.
But then after that, I went to college, Arkansas Tech. I started there, and I stayed there a couple years and switched my major about 10 times. And then I finally came back to Fort Smith. My grandpa's got a heat and air business in Fort Smith for a long time. I did that, and then I went out and did the boys club coaching for a year, and I was like, very similar to Coach Solly. I said, man, this is what I want to do. I had fun as first, second grade, and I loved it, and I did that for 3 or 4 years, and then got on at Darby and volunteered, and that's kind of how it started.
So, Coach, it sounded like Coach Hanson, where that wasn't really on your radar when you were in school as far as being a coach. I mean, is that what you planned on doing?
Well, me and Coach Solly always joke about in 7th grade when the English teacher's talking, we're in the back drawing plays against each other. I'll draw the offense, give it to him a piece of paper. He'll draw the defense, slip it back, and we're getting kind of into that stuff. But it was always in the back of my mind. I just, go to college. You need to go to school, and you need to make a lot of money and all that. And my uncle always said, go to school, do what you love to do. If you love to do, you'll be good at it, and you'll be rewarded for it if you're good at it. And so I was like, okay, I want to coach. And and that's what kind of got me started on that.
And so, to this day, you feel like it's been the right thing for you.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
I've been here. Let's see, this is my 12th year. I was 2 years at Darby. I've been at Northside 10 years now, and I volunteered for 3, so all in about 15 with Darby and Northside. And I mean, I've loved every minute of it, man.
Well, you got to have a lot of support from your family.
Yes.
To be able to do what you do, because it takes up a lot of time and I know that you do have a lot of support. In fact, you brought a little guest with you tonight, didn't you?
Oh yeah, my son Caden. He loves watching YouTube, so I told him we were going to be on it, and he's like, I want to go. So yeah, he loves it.
Well, it's good to have support. Did you get him something to eat?
We're going to the game after, and he's more of a Skittles guy than catfish.
I hear you. Well, Coach, you switched from linebacker coach last year. You're the running back coach this year. You inherited a lot of good running backs. Tell us a little bit about the difference in what you did last year compared to this year.
Well, I've always wanted to coach offense, and I started on defense, and it was just a good fit. We had me and Rusty Bush and Ryan Solly and Coach Curry, and we did that for about, 7, 8 years, and it was good. But I'd always wanted to be on that side, and when Coach Bush left to go be the head coach at Alma, it just kind of happened that everything kind of worked out, and Coach Fleur kind of switched it up, and I was fortunate enough to go over there, and man, I just love it. Like I said, it's always something I want to do. And these running backs, man, they're really talented, and it's a job, but they're fun to coach, no doubt about it.
When you talk about some of the talent you have, Ty Massey, Seth Fields, Takavian King, who is a sophomore,
Right.
Sunquist Church, Martinez.
Yep, Jeffrey and Devin, my younger guys, JV guys. And then the varsity guys, you got, like I said, Seth Fields, Ty Massey, Sunquist Church, and Takavian King. I mean, 4 talented guys that could play for a lot of teams in this state, and they just happen to be on one team with us. So
it's awesome to have that kind of talent.
Oh, no doubt.
And watching King, even against Bryant when he got in, that's a big stage, and he did a really good job. Took a lot of big licks, you know.
Yes.
He's not a big kid.
No.
But he got up and went right back to the line, ready to go again.
Right.
And then watching him this past Friday night against Fayetteville, that hurdle over the line of scrimmage, that was pretty impressive. But then that 81-yard touchdown, that was good.
That was nice too. Yes,
that was good.
He's smaller, but you know he plays big, and he's not. You know, you're a little obviously apprehensive put a sophomore in a big game, especially starting with Bryant. But I mean, I didn't think it was too big for him. He handled it, and he had a tough night. But I just thought he stuck his nose up in there and played well, and got the opportunity to come out and do the same thing last week, and he played well again. So,
are you having any issues now with any nagging injuries or, you know, the quarantine situation? Are you good at running back right now?
Knock on wood, Buzz. I hate you asking me about injuries, but right now, you know, we're at my position. We're actually sitting pretty good. We've had more quarantine issues than anything, but we've got most of us back together right now. So we're pretty deep. We're one of the deeper groups on the team. So we're just kind of holding it together for everybody, and hopefully we can stay that way.
Great job Friday night against Fayetteville. Seemed like everybody stepped up in one way or another to get that win. You've got Little Rock Catholic coming up. What do you know about their defense?
Well, they're a little multiple. You know, they give you 4 front and 3, and they'll do a lot of things as far as they want to keep you off balanced. You know, they're gonna blitz, give you some different formations, come off the edge, and really just kind of keep you from getting in a groove. And so it's our job to just kind of do what we do, know our assignments, stay on our pass, and not make it too complicated for them.
Seth Fields looks like he's getting his legs back under him now.
He is, yes. He came back last week, and we played him in our JV game, and he said, "Coach, I'm a little winded," and so and he came out a couple times Friday a little winded, but I mean he played 34 reps and did a good job. I mean, for the first game back after being out a couple weeks, and he's had a good week of practice so far this week, so I'd say he's almost back.
Well, I just want to say thank you for what you do for me as far as getting me scouting reports, and Coach Hanson gets me scouting reports, and that really helps me a lot in the broadcast. So thanks for taking extra time to do that. I know that you got a lot going on from the time you get up. Really, when you wake up, it's kind of like, what is today going to bring? You know, you don't know how to get ready for it, so every day is new, and I don't know if that's exciting or frustrating.
It is. You know, I look around now, and if I see a call from Coach Fuller or something, my heart kind of skips because I don't know if I got a player out, if we got a team out, who we're playing. I mean, it's just kind of nerve-wracking for a second. So, yeah, this is different times, no doubt about it. Just kind of everybody just kind of got to be ready at all times. It's one of those years, you know. The kids got to be ready to step up. The coaches got to be ready to change at a moment's notice, and you got to be ready when your number's called.
Well, it's like Coach Fuller says, everybody's dealing with it.
That's right.
So we're no different than anybody else.
That's right.
I guess it comes down to who gets the luckiest. And we talked about Little Rock Catholic. They've played all 5 of their games so far. So it's going to be kind of different at the end, who got what game in and how they roll the dice on that. But all we can do is what we do and do the best we can with what we have. And I know that sometimes it's frustrating, but it takes coaches' leadership to do what you do, to get us to the next phase. And I know I asked you last week, it's well known that you like to ride a lot. Unlike me, I like to ride Harleys. You like to ride actual bikes that you pedal and you get in good shape and you stay in good shape. So are you getting any time with everything that's going on now to get some of that in?
This is usually my downtime. I usually in the off-season stuff, I like to ride about 200, 250 miles a week. I go down I go down to about 100 right now, so just keep it light and steady, and it just try to do it for some peace of mind, but don't do too much during football season because you stay pretty busy.
Well, you had said something last week about you needed to watch your weight now. You need to get back in shape, or And
Yeah.
you got me sitting right next to you. I haven't been to the gym since January, so I'm feeling really self-conscious about it.
No, I'll usually gain about 10 pounds during football season just because of the schedule and, the games, and you're always up there and you're not eating regular. And then I'll usually shut it down and take a couple weeks, get back in my cycling shape. But I've started a week early this year because quarantine got us back in March, so
Right.
I gained that weight earlier.
Ooh.
So I'm going to try to get it off a little quicker this time.
Well, Coach, good luck to you. Good
Thank
luck
you.
Friday night, and thanks for everything you do. That's Coach Ted Neal, the running backs coach. Stay with us. Coach Fleur is next. He's going to give us his take on Little Rock Catholic right after this from Air Compressor Equipment Company.
For more than 50 years, Air Compressor Equipment Company has provided solutions for the oil, gas, and industrial markets, becoming an industry leader in custom fabrication. An unwavering focus on assembly, sales, and service means that whatever size project you have, ACEC can deliver what works. Air Compressor Equipment Company supplies to businesses working in the most demanding environments around the world, but is still a dedicated member of the Arklahoma community. Learn more at acec-ark.com. Air Compressor Equipment Company. Field tested, quality driven.
Weichert Realtors The Griffin Company provides an extraordinary real estate experience for both clients and agents. Now with offices in Bentonville, Springdale, Fayetteville, and Fort Smith, they proudly offer clients and customers the expertise you need when buying or selling. From contract to closing, their realtors are equipped with the knowledge and resources to ensure a smooth transaction start to finish. Visit them at 3920 Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith or online at WeichertFortSmith.com. Experience the Weichert difference.
Unique is our middle name. Okay, maybe not the exact middle, but it's in there. A to Z Variety Store is the most unique shopping you can do in Fort Smith, with furniture, groceries, housewares, even a floral section. With 48,000 square feet of bargains, you're sure to find everything you need, and even a few things you didn't know you wanted. So many great deals, you'll marvel at the savings while you revel in the friendly customer service. Inventory is constantly changing, but consistently affordable. Visit A to Z Variety Store at 2600 Midland Boulevard in Fort Smith, and to stay up to date on new arrivals and special deals, like A to Z on Facebook.
When I talked to the Sawyers about some windows and the concrete work, they showed me several different options of things that they had done, and it all looked good. I would recommend Sawyers to anyone. If they came out and looked at my concrete, they could see the quality job that Sawyers did. They were very professional and top quality. They were on time and on budget. I am 100% satisfied with the work that they've done.
Nestled in the heart of Chaffee Crossing in Fort Smith, where people and nature feel connected, the Hub at Providence is centered around you. The Hub is a live, work, play community with living options, commercial lease spaces, and a restaurant, all within walking distance. Loft living spaces at the Hub are perfect for anyone looking for a retreat from the average apartment and townhomes, featuring many luxurious perks and amenities. Explore the community at thehub.erc.com. Life at the Hub, a simpler lifestyle.
You're going to love you some Sam's Southern Eatery on Grand Avenue, home of the famous jumbo shrimp and more seafood than you can shake a shrimp basket at. Fried or grilled, they have it all. They always do it right with Sam's homemade po' boys, chicken, burgers, and salads. And don't you forget their delicious fried pies. Their crispy catfish baskets definitely have their own bragging rights, too. Be sure to stop by for the live taping of the Mike Fallour Coaches Show on Thursday evenings at 6 o'clock and cheer on the Northside Grizzlies.
You're in business to do business, not paperwork. That's where the skills of Potts & Company's certified public accountants can help you succeed. Trust the experienced professionals of Potts & Company for tax preparation, bookkeeping, and other business services. Using QuickBooks for your operations? They're QuickBooks experts. The Potts & Company team can help you establish, organize, and optimize your QuickBooks for utmost effectiveness. Visit pottscpa.com to learn more.
Welcome back. We are with the head coach. Coach, tell me, Little Rock Catholic, if everything holds together, that's who we have this Friday. It's homecoming. They're 2-3. They've gotten all 5 of their games in. They're 0-2 in the conference. I think they've lost to Bryant last week and then to Cabot the week before that. Talk about Little Rock Catholic a little bit. What do they have in store for us?
Well, they're 2-3, but they've played every. I mean, the only game that's not been close, and they played Bryant a lot better than a lot of people
Yeah.
have. 14-3 at half, and then ended up 31-3. Cabot 31-21. I mean, all their games are right there. You know, we've played them just about every year since I've been here, and a couple of years twice.
Right.
And you go back and look at the series, it's about even on wins and losses, and there's only been one game that's been out of hand, and it was here a couple of years ago when Deuce and them were seniors.
Right.
We beat them pretty good, but besides that, it's been 31-28, 24-21. I mean, it's been they play extremely hard. They're well coached. They do some crazy things on defense that causes you problems because you just don't see it. And but they're going to play 4 quarters, and they're going to get after it. They're disciplined. They're going to, we got to play a good football game and know that it's going to be an entire. You're not going to get to take any time off.
24-21 last year, Coach. I thought we had them. Got into the fourth quarter, and they were able to pull it out. But like you said, they play 4 quarters really, really hard. I was looking at their distribution of points per quarter. It's pretty even. You know, ours was a little bit slow first quarter, and then we picked up as the game went on. Theirs is pretty much the same in all 4 quarters. And you mentioned 14-3 at halftime against Bryant. Bryant's a big-time first-half team.
Right.
And to hold them to 14 points, that will get your attention.
Yeah, we turned on the film, and they're in every kind of defensive front known to mankind. 1 defensive lineman, 2 defensive linemen, 6 defensive linemen. I'm just looking at it going, how in the world do they practice this? But they've got a system apparently, and those guys are coming from everywhere. And, it's tough on an offensive line, and it's been tough every year that we've played them. And so we have to be patient. We have to understand they're going to get us sometimes in the backfield. It's just going to happen, and then we're going to bust some big ones. And we can't turn the football over. We did the first 2 games this year. We turned it over once in 2 games. The last 2 games we've turned it over 7 times. We're not going to win the football game if we turn the football over.
Well, one good thing is, Coach, it's by the time we tee it up on Friday night, it will have been 43 days since we've been at Mayo Thompson. So I know that's comforting for you, knowing we're going to be at home.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long time, but 43 days.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
Well, before we went into this season, you'd think, we've got Harbor at home. We're going to have Greenwood there, but that's still not a travel game.
That's nothing.
And then end up going to Moore, Oklahoma, going to Bryant, and then it's now Fayetteville, and 43 days being on the road, dealing with what you deal with every day. So hopefully that gives us a little edge, which I think it always does when you're at Mayo Thompson. It's a tough place for teams to come in and play. But different now, though, Coach, really because of the seating arrangements.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're not going to have a limited crowd.
Right.
But still, it's a great place to play. I mean, the stands are right there on top of you. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun to be home. It's truly homecoming,
yeah,
for
exactly.
a lot of people and
Right.
us. So it'll be fun. I mean, our kids are looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. Our coaches are, to know that, we don't have to go anywhere. And then even though last week going to Fayetteville was almost like a home game.
It really was.
Compared to some of the others. But we're just tickled to death to be back. And like I said, it's a frustrating time in the fact of day-to-day operations, but we're getting to play football.
That's exactly right. And that went into your decision, too, taking Fayetteville. You just wanted to play football.
Yeah, I was really worried. If I'm a 17-year-old young man, 16-year-old, and I'm out there practicing every day, and then I don't get to play.
Yeah.
It doesn't take long for them to probably say, why are we doing this?
Right.
And to throw on top of that we're not in a normal school setting. They don't come to school. We needed to play a football game. Whether we were really ready for it or not, we needed to play. And luckily we got a win, and so a lot of good things came from it. But more than anything is we need to play.
I was talking a little bit to Coach Neal about the leadership and how important it is now in a time like this to be able to keep the kids' attention and try to keep them focused on the task at hand, because you have so many variables, so many hurdles that you jump daily. So you really do need to have leadership right now, and I understand that before the Fayetteville game, you have a pretty good get ready to go talk to these kids.
Yeah, I tried. I mean,
it worked.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it got them excited. You know, we live in a time where maybe the way I've always coached my whole life or was coached probably is not the norm anymore. But I told myself Friday, I'm going back to the old school with Mike Fleur, and if I got to get on their rear at a certain point, I'm going to get on their rear, and we're going to go at it as hard as we can. We're going to play hard, and we're going to leave it on the field, and that's what they did. And so if I got to do that every week, that's what I'm going to do, because I'm going to give them the best opportunity for them to be successful.
Yeah. Well, I had asked you a few weeks ago, now that you look back on your career, and it's been a great career, it's good to have you back at Northside where it all started.
Yep.
But I asked you the question, if you had to do it all over again, would you still coach? And your answer was no hesitation, yes. So that means a lot to me, because I look at, what I do for a living and would I make a change. And I got to hesitate a little bit sometimes when I think about, what I'm doing. But I do have a lot of satisfaction in what I do. Leading young men, getting them to the next level, and how they depend on you, it's definitely a family situation, and we're thankful for what you do and how you're supported by Dana. We talked about that last week too, because if you didn't have her support, I know that'd be tough. Why don't you talk a little about that?
Well, I heard you talk to Coach Hanson and them about what got him in. I just knew from an early age that's what I wanted to do, and I attribute a lot of that to my coaches, Coach Henderson, Coach Toothaker, Coach Mazzarelli, Coach Branch, those guys. I told my dad I wanted to coach when I was in the 10th grade, and he said, "You're crazy. Why would you do that?" But know, but it has been I've been doing this is 37 years, and I've enjoyed all of it. It's not like you go to work. Now, it's been more like going to work this year than ever before. But, my wife, you mentioned her. I moved her all over the state of Georgia, and sometimes not in a pleasant way. But she's been a trooper, and she's she films for us. She cooks for the coaches on Sunday. She's that coach's wife that you always hear about. She's very independent, so she doesn't need me there all the time, and so I owe a lot to her. But you talk about why you do this, and the going to the next level is great, but the majority of the kids you coach, they're going to play high school football and they're done. So you hope they learn some lessons about going to work every day, committing. Something's bigger than me, and I've enjoyed it. I've got friends and players all over the state of Georgia, and I've been back home. I've got to be around my family. I was here before my dad passed away, so it's been wonderful coming home. And again, if I had to do it over again, I'd do the same thing. And I've been asked, would you do college? Maybe for the money, but I think you have such an influence on kids at this age. Than you do anywhere else, junior high and high school. And so it's what I was meant to do, and I've enjoyed it.
I know you have some kids that you have a real soft spot for, that you want to keep up with them in their career and how they do as adults. And I say there's a lot of kids that you have. And I've seen you behind the scenes and how you care about those kids. So it is more than just X's and O's, wins and losses. It's about getting those kids to the next stage.
It is. And, I mean, not that you like those guys any better than the other ones, but sometimes there's that guy that needs a little extra help. And, and you're that person that needs to do it. And, I've got a bunch of really good coaches that they'll go the extra mile for kids. And that's what makes Northside a special place.
Well, just as an example, when I pulled into the parking lot today to come watch a little of the practice, Coach Solly was just walking up, and he just got through taking one of the players to get stitches out. It's just what you do, and all the rides that you give the kids, when they don't have a ride, and make sure that they have what they need. And, it's a little different than a lot of places that we play against.
Yeah. I mean, we got a lot of situations where, people need help. And when I came and met with these coaches for the first time, my basic message was, kids are never going to have an excuse. We're going to make sure we take the excuse away, whether it's a ride, whatever it could be. I need a job. We're going to help you do whatever we can do to make sure that if you want to play football, that you can play football. So,
well, Coach, it's been a long journey, and I don't know exactly what your plan is, but I'm with you. Whatever you do, I appreciate being a part of it, and thank you for letting me be a part of it.
Well, I thank you for everything you do. You've taken us to another level, and I know people out there love, especially Friday nights, being able to watch it on Grizzly TV. And now
you get a lot of calls, don't you?
Yeah, I get buddies in Georgia all the time when it goes out. What happened? I missed the
And
last
it did go out the last 3 minutes of Fayetteville's game, and we apologize for that. We're in a place at Fayetteville, they wouldn't allow us in a press box that had all the Wi-Fi and the internet. We're in a deer stand on the other side of the field that doesn't have all that, and we had a hot spot, and it just so happened that last 3 minutes went out. But the entire game was exciting. Zach went back to the studio, and he and Darren got it back up. That night, I think it was about 2 o'clock in the morning when they got it back up. So the recorded version is there, so you can go back and watch the whole thing. So a lot of stuff goes on behind the scenes, and we do apologize for any glitches. But some of that stuff's really out of our hands, and we just do the very best we can.
Well, you do a great job, and I appreciate it.
Thank you. It's just fun being part of the Grizzlies. Coach, thank you, and good luck homecoming against Little Rock Catholic. And be nice, because next week we got to go Conway, I think, and then we're back for North Little Rock. And then we go to Cabot, and then we're back for Little Rock Southwest.
After Friday, we're halfway through the football season. That's hard to believe.
It's gone fast.
Yep.
But we're 3-1.
3-1
right now. It's nice. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this edition of the Mike Fleur Coaches Show. Join us again next week as Coach brings us up to date on the previous game and the one we're looking forward to that Friday. Until then, go Bears.
You're watching Grizzly TV.